Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to tell you all the travel tips from CINQUE TERRE. Everyone calls it one way from every corner of the country, but it's a beautiful region. I am here to tell you about the little towns that form these 5 villages, how to get there, where to stay, where it's cheaper, how to get around, which one has a beach, which one does not. In short, all the tips you need to know to plan your trip to this destination that's really different. So guys, don't forget to give us the like, that's always very important. Give us that thumbs up if you really like it. Subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. So let's go, people. Cinque Terre, I still have trouble speaking it because when I started reading I spoke like Italian. I spoke Cinque Terre, and then many people speak Cinque Terre, the Italians, some speak Cinque Terre, people speak everything. But to sum up, it's a region that's formed by 5 very beautiful villages, but very small. Sometimes people have the impression that they are bigger cities. No, they are very small villages, very difficult to access. I'll explain to you how to get there because people think that you just have to take the car and go to one of these 5 towns and that's it. But it's not like that. There are 5 villages on the coast of Italy. They are in the middle of Italy near Florence and below Milan. It takes 2.5 or 3 hours to get there from Milan and an hour and 40 drive from Florence. So those are the 2 big cities that are closest from there. Probably the person who is going to travel to Italy is going to be in one of those places and ends up wanting to go to Cinque Terre. If you want to go from Rome, it's a little bit further. It's about 4.5 hours by car. By train, it's about 3.5 hours, so it's a little further because Rome is down there. But if you are in Florence or Milan, it's easy to fit Cinque Terre into your itinerary because everything is very close, so you can get there in a little bit by car. So the first tip, which I think is the most important of all, guys, it's the season. It's a beach place, it's on the coast, it's not so focused on the beach, so you can really enjoy the sea. I'll explain it very well, but it's right on the beach. It's a summer destination, so in the summer, which is from June to September, it's very crowded, very busy, and very popular. October is a good month because it's still warm, but it's already starting to empty out in April and May as well. The months at the end of the year and the beginning of the year in Italy, it's very cold and these villages are very empty and some places don't even open. Some stores and restaurants close. It's more difficult for you to get around there, so the focus is really on these warmer months of the year because as I said, it is a beach place. And now how to set up the trip, where I stay, where I arrive. Let's go. The cities are more difficult to get by car. If you're renting a car in Italy, the tip is either you stay in La Spezia. It's a nice little town that is only 10 minutes away from Cinque Terre, but it's a little bit bigger with a better structure, more hotels, cheaper hotels, so you can stay there easily. You can park your car there, and from there you can visit the 5 villages. You can do all 5 in one day, 2 in one day, then 2, then you can set up your own itinerary like you want. But a good tip is that instead of going straight to Cinque Terre, you should base yourself in La Spezia. This is not only for the people who go by car, but for those who go by train as well, because there is a train station there going from Florence to there. It's very fast and super cheap, from Milan too, and there you get a nice little hotel, stay a couple of nights, and then you get to know this cute little town. It doesn't have much, but it's nice to know it. Then you take the train, go to Cinque Terre. If you want to go by car, there are 2 of the villages that even have parking. Monterosso was the one that I found a little easier to park, but in general it's a little bit difficult and expensive, so the tip would be to leave the car there or the train if you're taking the train from La Spezia, and then from La Spezia you go to these cities by train, which is very easy. There in Spezia there is a train leaving every hour to Cinque Terre. It's very cheap, it takes 10 minutes, and there there is a train from Cinque Terre that goes between the 5 villages, so you can transit very easily. The trip is 4 euros, but you can buy a ticket that is, if I'm not mistaken, 18 euros to travel the whole day between all the towns. It's super worth it. You can go from one city to another, so you can deal with the logistics between the cities, and there is a website you can even buy before. Type in train Italy, type in Google tickets train Cinque Terre, it will show up. You can buy in advance, you don't even waste the time standing in line. It's an important tip because there is a line at the train station and then you get around easily. In La Spezia there was a very nice hotel that we stayed. I'll even leave it here in the description of the video for you. As always, you can see everything down there. It was very cheap, very good, clean, right next to the train station. So for those who are driving or taking the train, it's great. It was a 3-minute walk from the train station, so we could easily go to the station and then leave for the little towns of Cinque Terre. So that's the main tip. If you want to stay in one of these 5 villages of them, yes, it's also an option. It's the best option in theory to visit the villages, but it's more expensive because everybody wants to stay there, especially in the summer. So do some research. We thought La Spezia was nice. Some people do La Spezia in 3 days and take 2 or 3 days in one of the villages to explore. Well, it depends on which one. We liked it very much. There is a very nice hotel in Monterosso. It was a very nice experience, close to the beach. It's one of the only villages there that has a beach for you to access to enjoy the beach and the sea, so check it out. I'll leave it here also in the video description and in the first comment as well. This is a very nice hotel. Check it out, see the prices, but you also have a lot of options. We are here to give you some guidance, but the trip there has many variables. You will organize your trip the way you want it. Everybody has their own way to do things, so we just give some guidance here to choose the best option. So starting from La Spezia, you will follow the 5 cities. The train goes in the following order: La Spezia Central, which is the railway station in La Spezia, then it goes to Rio Maggiore, then Manarola, Corniglia, Vernazza, Monterosso, and Levanto. These towns make you want to speak with an Italian accent, so you can follow this order. You can do another order, it's up to you. A hint, people, all these stations are kind of on top of the villages. Everybody wants to go down to the beach, the sea, to the coast, to see the little towns down there. So be prepared to walk. You will walk a lot. Almost every station when you come down, it's a walk. So wear comfortable clothes, tennis shoes. Wearing flip-flops is a bit of a hassle, so wear tennis shoes and lighter clothes because you will be walking a lot in the villages, especially up and down, which is very tiring, especially in the summer. So if you arrive by train, you will get to the top by car. Also, the parking lots are usually up there, and the Monterosso has a parking lot there, is further down near the beach. It helps a lot, but it gets a little bit crowded in the summer. And there is another nice option. A good tip for Cinque Terre is the boat trip. You can also go by boat to the villages. Leaving La Spezia, there are several boats, ferries, which are those big boats that are just for transportation. These are those that are cooler boats, speedboats that take you there. There are several options, and then you arrive at the high of the sea. You already arrive at the ports of these villages. It's easier for you not to have to go up and down. It's a cool tip. Try to do at least one boat ride because it's very worthwhile, and you have the view of the villages coming from the sea, which is a totally different view from what you get from the continent. So try to do a boat ride there. It's very worthwhile. The scenery is very beautiful, and it's very cheap, very practical, and also very easy. I'll leave here below also the link to the ticket site. It's the biggest ticket and tour site in Europe. We buy everything there. It's cheaper. You will pay much cheaper buying beforehand. You will guarantee a good service, and they have a very nice boat tour that leave from La Spezia and pass into villages. There are 2 or 3 options. Take a look. When you open it, you put the name of the town, La Spezia. If you put Cinque Terre, you won't find any tour. You have to put La Spezia. Then you will see that there are tours to the villages. It's a very nice tour. I recommend it. You do it at least one by boat. And now I'm going to talk quickly about the 5 villages. You can see the picture so you can see which one you like the most, if you want to visit all of them or some, but I'll give you a quick opinion about each one. Starting with Romangiori, I thought it was very beautiful, very charming. It doesn't have a beach, it has a natural pool that some people risk jumping into, swimming, but it's not such a good place to swim. It's nice to have lunch. There's a famous restaurant there on the beach that has received the Michelin star. It's one of the only ones in Cinque Terre. There are not many restaurants so sophisticated, but this one is very nice. It's called Enoteca d'Altila and it's very nice. We didn't get to go there, but this is a tip we give you because we regretted it. We couldn't get a reservation, but it's very nice, and it's one of the villages that is said to be the liveliest at night. It's not as busy as Ibiza or any other city like that, but it has a little bit more nightlife, a little bit more people moving around the town at night. Now, speaking of Manarola, it was one of the ones that I thought the photo might be. It is the coolest place to take pictures. The little spot, a very nice place to find, is called Nessun Dorma. You type it on Google, you will find it on Google Maps. It's a spot where you can see the little town from far away, the village with those very colorful, very iconic little houses. It's perhaps the picture that I thought was the most iconic of Cinque Terre. So this village is very nice to take pictures. It's not so big, there is no beach either. There are some rocks that people jump on and die, but there is no sand, no beach, but it's nice to go there quickly and take pictures. Focus a little on this and then you go on to the other villages. Another village is Vernazza. Vernazza is I thought it was very pretty cool because it also has a view. I think it was the second in terms of pictures. It has a harbor where you can take pictures from the bottom and you can see the castle on one side, the church on the other side, and everything is very concentrated in the buildings, the little houses. You will see that everything is very close, so the pictures look very nice. It's not so wide, you don't walk so much. It's another beautiful place to take pictures and visit. I thought it was very good, very beautiful. We could take a lot of good pictures there. The place is very comfortable and very worthwhile to do. I think you might like it. And there is Corniglia. I think Corniglia is one that you can probably exclude from your itinerary because there are so many of them unless you want to, because it's not so differentiated as the other with this question of the sea and being on the coast. It's a little closer to the continent. It doesn't have this part connected to the sea, so it's a different village. You have the time and the inclination. Of course, it's worth it because it's close by and you can get to know it. But if your itinerary is a little tight, I personally think that it's worth dedicating the time to these other 4 little towns, villages that I think are more worthwhile and are more the charm of Cinque Terre. Guys, if you want to follow us there on social networks, on @PaiLorenzi and @LiviaDeLorenzi, we are always traveling around the world giving these travel tips in a very cool way and showing our routine for little ones. We have 2 daughters and we have been living in Orlando in the United States for a year and a half now, so we are showing how is life here, the differences. We go to Disney Park directly because it's so close to the other amusement parks, the outlets, the shopping, so you can go there and follow us. And people, important tips right down here in the description of the video. I'll leave all the links for those who want to get around by train. There is a website that's the biggest site in Europe. We only buy there, buy in advance, that you will pay cheaper and you already guarantee all the routes to do the trips between these main cities. Buy everything there, it's very good. To buy the Cinque Terre pass, you can go to the Train Italia website. It's a single pass just for this section. Now for any stretch, Florence to there, Milan to there, Florence to Rome, then any stretch in Italy, any in Europe, you can buy it in this website. That's very good. Whoever is going to rent a car, there's a website that's a car rental comparator. It compares the prices in all car rental companies and it's the cheapest place of all. We have been using it, I'm not kidding, for more than 7 years. It's always the cheapest place. It has the best prices. Take a look here and you will see that it's cheaper and it's very good. It's reliable. The site sells all tickets and tours from all over Europe, especially Italy, which has a lot of things, mainly Rome. If you're going to Rome, buy all the tickets beforehand. You will avoid queues and you will pay cheaper. The chip that we use to use the internet there, I'll also leave it here. Very good one. You travel and get there with the internet working. You can use Waze, Google Maps, posts, WhatsApp. It does everything you need to do with your cell phone. And the travel insurance that, for God's sake, it's mandatory for the whole of Europe, especially Italy. So who's traveling there has to have an international travel insurance. But there is a website here that's a comparator like the one for cars. It's a travel insurance comparator. It compares all the best insurance companies and finds incredible prices. It's the cheapest place. It's a very good tool. Compare it with the others that you have seen. You will see it's the cheapest. So here below I'll leave all the links for you to set up your trip the best way possible and always saving money with the cheapest services that we have tried and that are really worth it. So everything's gonna be down here for you. You just get the links here below underneath the video. Everything is organized for you and you can assemble your trip yourself. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the other videos that are very good. I'll leave it here on the how to travel cheaply to Italy, which is complete. That teaches you how to save money and set up your entire trip there. And below the playlist with all the other videos from Italy for you to watch. Thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.